Hey everybody, what's going on? Can y'all hear me? Let me know. Can y'all hear me? What's going on? I am using a new program, so I'm using this as a moment to, reacclimate myself. But we're about to get into some things, y'all. Hey now, I see 21 people in the room. I see 23. No, wait, no, it's more than 21 people in the room. Is it? I can't tell. I think it's 23 people. 20. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out, y'all. It's this new stuff. Y'all let me know what it sounds like. Things of that nature. Hey. Hi, everybody. Hi. Y'all let me know. We can hear you? Okay. All right. Let me see if I can, how do I? Let's see. Okay. Let me see. Hold up. Hi. Hi everybody. What's going on? Am I am trying Ecamm for the first time. So I'm just trying to make sure that I got all my stuff. Cuz my first time using this program for a live, but I thought it would be great. Hold up. Child, not ban nobody. Hold up. I thought it would be dope to use this time to do that because there were so many things with the Meg Thee Stallion trial that's going on. Well, I'm calling it the Meg Thee Stallion, but it's the Tory Lanez trial, child. But things are happening. And I found a really great court reporter. I didn't find. She was sent to me by one of the subbies, okay, one of my followers on Twitter. Let me go directly to it so I can see. Shout out to Socially Stacy. Shout out to Socially Stacy J on Instagram because she sent me the tweets from the court case from Megan Cuniff. Megan Cuniff is verified on Twitter, child, from Law Crime News, senior reporter, the West Coast. Okay, she is also for the LA Daily Journal, daily newspapers in Idaho and Washington. So this is a real journalist. Okay, this is a Caucasian lady. This is a lady that I feel like has no reason to be on bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Has no reason to have you look and sound super clear. Oh, great. This lady has no reason to come to us with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? As far as the Megan Thee Stallion trial is concerned. So I am going to, first of all, read to you guys what happened on the first day. Okay, because she actually wrote an article on Law and Crime. It says a Dan Adams production, child, but they have books, they have, podcasts, all of this. But she was in court as a court reporter and she was recording everything. So I want to read to y'all what was actually said because I feel like a lot of what is being reported on the trial is not necessarily true or with given context, okay, with the right context. You know what I'm gonna say. But let me hold up. I'm going to pull up my Instagram so that I can just give y'all picture reference. That's another thing. Okay, listen, girl, trying to get it together with the Instagram, because they let you do little cute stuff like actually touch it on screen, which I love. I don't have to toggle back and forth between screens in order to see what is going on, girl. Okay, so what do I want to pull up? I wish I can just find like a solid photo of them both. But we can just go with the Kelsey screen because at the end of the day, this is what this will ultimately turn into, which is this conversation about Kelsey's weird ass. Okay. So I'm just gonna, just for reference of what we're talking about, go back. Okay, go back, lock it, okay, and move it. Okay, so we're just gonna leave that right there. All right. Hi, I'm reading the comments. I think Kelsey girl lying. You look super clear. Looks clear. They playing with the D8. Thank you so much. Okay, so y'all are in the room and we're gonna start it because I don't know what the Wi-Fi is gonna give, girl. But I am seeing the chat in the comments, so y'all let me know, if anything is wrong with the broadcast. Okay. Exactly, because she never confirmed a sexual relationship with Tory, and I've seen that repeatedly. Okay. Oh, girl, look at me adding the comments to the screen, girl. Oh, all right. Oh, 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 this is so cute. All right. So, let me go ahead and read it to y'all. Okay. Megan Thee Stallion testified Tuesday that Tory Lanez and his supporters are trying to turn him shooting her into a sex scandal that victimizes him, lamenting the tabloid-style coverage of Lanez's criminal assault case that shames her for being a grown woman having sex and speculates about her sexual partners. Okay, Meg showed up to court in a fantastic purple suit, okay, with a cute little bob. Okay, she looked really, really good. I'm actually gonna see if I can pull that up for you guys, okay, because I feel like that's worth looking at right now, honey. Okay, because we need to see the look of it all. Okay, yes, Megan. Okay, I think it's cute. What do you guys think? Let me hold up. Y'all can't see it yet, can y'all? I don't think y'all can see it yet. Okay. All right. Publish. All right, boom. It's on the screen, girl. All right. Let me slide that. Let me put that right here. Okay, we're gonna put Meg right there. We're gonna leave my little Instagram thing right here. Y'all bear with me. Okay, all right. And for right now, we'll just close that one down because we don't really need that one right now. We'll bring that back up in a minute. Slide this one over. Okay, this is so cute, you guys. I'm excited. Thank y'all for being my guinea pigs. I appreciate y'all. Before I do this live, because I feel like I might also come back up here for reasonable doubt today. We'll see. But y'all see this suit, right? Girl, let me enlarge. Girl, y'all see this suit, right? Girl, this suit, she was giving for me, okay? For me. She looks really good. But let's go ahead and get into the actual logistics of the situation. So, this is from the article that this lady wrote. I told y'all Megan, her name is Megan Cuniff, okay? It says, this is Meg. I don't understand why that matters. I've been turned into some kind of villain and he a victim, Megan said, as Lanez looked on from the defense table in a downtown Los Angeles courtroom. This has messed up my whole life, she said. People call Lanez's trial the Megan Thee Stallion trial. I'm not on trial. Thank you. And that's why I was like, it's more so because she is the to me the larger figure in the situation, and this will always be about the fact that she's the one that got shot, but this is the Tory Lanez trial, which is why that's how I titled the shit, because this is the Tory Lanez trial. He's the one on trial, okay? This because we need to be clear about that. Now, continuing on. Asked how the shooting has affected her physically, Megan said she underwent physical therapy, but to this day can't really feel the left side of my foot because of damaged nerves. The back of my feet are always sore, but I still push through that, she said. The two-time Grammy winner also shared her shame over having to publicly admit she had sex with Tory Lanez, testifying, because it's disgusting. Okay, so I guess she's saying, that she had to publicly admit it and it's disgusting. I feel like we all kind of knew that. We all kind of understood that she was regretful about the sexual relationship with him. And honestly, I don't know why everybody's so confused about why she would lie about that. Like, I would absolutely deny sleeping with him. Men deny things all the time. Why can she not deny sleeping with him? Like, I don't know. Because I feel like essentially, does that mean it's okay for him to shoot her because they slept together? I don't think so. So what's the point of us, pinpointing that? Is that to make her look bad? Like, what is that for exactly? But whatever. At this point, how could I share my body with someone who would shoot me? Megan said. That and the pushback from within the industry. And I feel disgusting. I feel dirty. I feel like I don't matter. She says she feels like she can't even hold a conversation for an extended period in reference to vitriol she constantly endures from people who support Lanez. I wish he would have just shot and killed me if I knew I was going to have to go through this torture, Megan said. And I really wish people would actually have, quoted that whole statement, because so many people were like, oh my God, why would she say that? Are y'all not seeing what's happening here? Like, they're tearing her to shreds as if she's not the victim in this situation. Again, Megan is the one that got shot. I'm so confused. Okay, moving on. She also testified that her relationship with her partner has suffered because of the vitriolic drama she faces. Oh, we can pretty much guess that party can't always handle the people that come at her and the constant need to feel like you have to defend her, but that you also have to kind of stay out of the mess. Like, I can understand how that can put, a lot of damage on a new relationship. Tory has also come out and tells so many lies about me, Megan said, adding that he and his supporters are making this all about a sex scandal while no one defends her. I feel like a sick bird, she testified. Megan also said her career has been harmed, mentioning she's done a song with Beyonce, the chart topper Savage, before the shooting that was overshadowed by the drama. Los Angeles County Deputy District Attorney Kathy Ta asked her about Lanez's status as a rapper, then drew a curt response when she said, would you say your career was bigger than his? Yes, it was. Me and Lyric literally had this conversation in the bed last night, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. She was the bigger star before he shot her and still thereafter. He was like, we kept hearing Tory Lanez songs on the radio. I'm like, yeah, but Tory Lanez isn't getting played at the gay extravaganzas, okay? So to me, in order for somebody to really be big, they have to be covering all corners. And a corner that Tory Lanez does not navigate, that I feel like Meg navigates, is gay white area. They gonna play Meg at a white gay pride event or something like that. When it comes to Tory Lanez is black people famous until, like Meg said, he got on the Jack Harlow song or whatever the white boy name is, girl. I don't know. I don't care. But ultimately, I feel like Meg is the bigger artist, and I don't know why it has to be, she's the bigger artist for the women. No, she's a bigger artist, period. What are we talking about here? Anyway, I'm just saying, child, me and Lyric was going back and forth about that last night. He said, babe, we not going to jail. I said, I know, but still, don't say shit that don't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Dressed in a bright purple suit with a bob-style hair, the 27-year-old rapper walked into a packed and already wrapped courtroom about 11:18 a.m. as the first and only witness on the second day of trial. A group of supporters rallied outside the courthouse earlier with a "We Stand with Megan" banner. Fans lined up in the hallway outside the courtroom hoping for a rare public seat, with one woman clapping and shouting, "Megan, we love you," as she exited the courtroom. Lane's courtroom supporters included 5-year-old son, who watched Megan testify from the right corner of the gallery's first row. That's crazy that he would bring his son to this. And was carried through a crowd of photographers on his father's back after the trial day ended. Let me tell y'all something. I'm about to pull this up. But if that is not a sign that this man is deplorable for using his child, fucking child to gain sympathy, and then putting his child through this type of, putting his child through this type of strenuous situation, traumatic situation, listening to testimony that his dad shot this woman, listening to very adult conversations about, who somebody had sex with. Like, when I tell you that's crazy as hell to me, when I tell you that is crazy as hell to me right now, that they allow for that 5-year-old to be in the courtroom while all that was happening, girl. Megdeshian, I don't know who that is arguing. I don't even know how to pronounce that name. But is arguing Lanez is wrongly accused. Okay, so this must be Lanez's attorney. Wrongly accused, and it was instead Harris who fired 5 shots at Megan after she exited and escalated in the Hollywood Hills on July 12, 2020. After leaving a pool party at reality star Kylie Jenner's house, he said in his opening statement the women were jealous and fighting over Lanez, alleging Megan was upset about his interest in Jenner. and that Jenner had asked Megan to leave her home. Megan denied in testimony being asked to leave by Jenner or caring of any possible romance between Lanez and Jenner. But she did say the fight that prompted her to leave the Escalade included Lanez telling her to stop lying to Harris, which she said regarded their past sexual relationship. Megan said she knew Harris had a crush on Lanez and Megan didn't want her to know. I dealt with him in any way. I never dated anyone Kelsey dated in my whole life, and Kelsey never dated anyone I dated. Megan repeatedly said Lanez as the gunman in her testimony and said she didn't see Harris when she heard Lanez say dance bitch and turned to see him holding a gun. She told the attorney during cross no one else had a gun, just your client, and drew a sketch to indicate where she was standing and in which direction she walked at the attorney's request. She drew laughter from jurors in the gallery a few times, including when the attorney pressed her about a Louis Vuitton bag found in the Escalade. She answered she didn't know if it was hers because I have a lot of bags. Okay. Laughter also erupted when the attorney asked her about Harris being upset with Megan for cheating on the man she liked. And Megan replied mockingly, I cheated on the man she liked? Child. The attorney also pressed Megan. This is Tory Lanez's attorney, also pressed Megan about answering no when Gayle King interviewed her on CBS. If she'd been intimate with Lanez, and about not mentioning Harris when she first told police she'd been shot on July 12th after previously saying she'd stepped on glass. She previously explained under questioning from Ta at this time, we were at the height of police brutality, referencing George Floyd murder, and recounting how she feared, indicating to the police who pulled them over at gunpoint that there was a gun in the car. I don't know if they're going to shoot first and ask questions later. I don't want to die and she doesn't want anyone else to die. Top played footage of Megan inside the ambulance crying. She grabbed the tissue from a box on the witness stand and wiped her nose as it played. At that moment, I'm just realizing I'm shot. Y'all, what's going on with the internet? Let me know. I've really just been shot, she testified. Ty asked Megan why she didn't tell police she'd been shot. Within the black community, in my community, it's not acceptable to be cooperating with police officers. That's number one, Megan answered, adding that number two is her fear of police violence. She also explained why she didn't tell medics, saying when you come out as a woman and say, okay, we good, thank you, this man did this to me, you can end up being maligned. She referenced a big boys club within the hip hop industry that reacts like I'm telling on one of y'all's friends and now you about to hate me, which is exactly what it is. Ty displayed text messages Lanez sent Megan at 8:59 p.m., beginning with Meg and saying he knew she probably would never speak to him again, but that he's sorry from the bottom of his heart and I love you and I hope you're okay. Megan said, I was sick after reading the text and thinking to herself about Lanez, why are you bothering me? Why are you being weird? You know you shot me. Megan said the shooting followed Lanez angrily calling she and Harris names, we bitches and hoes, and her exiting the Escalade. But she also realized when she was outside that she was in a thong and looked crazy at the time. When I'm literally on the brink of being so famous right now, she didn't want bad publicity and wanted to get back in the car, but she heard Lanez and Harris really screaming to the top of their lungs to each other. No, I'm over it. I don't want to be in the argument anymore, Megan testified. I started walking away from the car and I hear Tory say, dance, bitch. Gunfire immediately followed, she said. It's pausing briefly, but keep talking. We want this tea. Okay. I'm in shock. I'm scared. I hear the gun going off. I can't believe he's shooting at me, Megan said. She said she froze when she saw the gun and saw Lanez with his arm over the car window, appearing taller than he is. That means his ass was standing on the landing on the, on the side of the truck. The foot stand, whatever they call it. Megan answered 5'3" or 5'4" when Ty asked Lanez's height, which prompted light snickers in the gallery. When gunfire rang out, I just felt shock, Megan said. I felt hurt, but I wasn't really sure this is actually happening. She saw blood all over her feet, and it gets blurry from there. She saw Lanez and Harris approach, but didn't support Lanez's attorney argument that the two were fighting, saying it looks like they bumped into each other. At this point, I'm in shock. Everything feels blurry, Megan testified. Ty displayed a photo of the driveway where Megan went after being shot, as Megan identified the bloodstains as her own. Los Angeles County Supreme Court Judge David Hereford overruled several relevance and speculation objections from Tory Lanez's lawyer during Megan's testimony about her thinking, saying it was relevant to show her state of mind. But the judge sustained other objections, including striking from the record Megan asking in cross-examination why some consider it acceptable for Lanez to have featured himself chopping up horse legs. She was talking about Lanez's music video for his song Cap, believed by some to be an obvious reference to the victim in a criminal case that could put him in prison for nearly 23 years. While questioning Megan, Ty played police helicopter footage showing a shirtless Lanez spread out on the street while Megan limps and hobbles around with her hands up, and later footage of Megan sitting on the ground with her bloodied legs stretched. The prosecutor also displayed photos of Megan's wounded feet during testimony, played a video of her crying in an ambulance while handcuffed in an ambulance. Played video of her crying in an ambulance while handcuffed in an ambulance shortly after the shooting, and displayed hateful tweets in an Instagram page that Megan described for the jury as one dedicated solely to hating her. I see these tweets and Instagram posts every day, Megan said. Every time I see something new, oh, that bitch should have got shot in the head. Too much twerk. Who cares? She fucked everybody. She should have been shot. Jurors also saw a recording of an Instagram live video Megan did in which she discussed the shooting, with a written transcript handed out as an aid. Ty revisited previous areas of testimony after the 90-minute break, first establishing with Meg that she's a private person who was having a hard time on the witness stand. Megan said in Lanez's attorneys Megan said in Meshkin, I can't pronounce his name, Lanez's attorneys, that she's spoken with the prosecutors during the break. I'm having a really difficult time sitting up here trying to comfortably tell my story, Megan said, emotional but not crying. She said she was having to sit across from Tory and his family and people who've been spreading lies about her, but at the same time, I want to come across as a strong woman. Don't let them take my power. Megan's voice cracked with emotion early in testimony when Ty asked if she knew someone named Daystar Peterson, which is Lanez's legal name. She answered yes. She identified him as wearing a white suit and tan jacket, and said she knows him because we used to be friends. Asked how long she'd known Lanez, Megan answered, not that long. I'm pretty sure I just met him that year. She felt like we got closer. We used to hang out all the time. Megan said after her mother died, I was just looking for people to fill a void and become her family. She was searching for someone I could trust, and she realized she and Lanez had a lot in common. Asked if she'd ever been intimate with Lanez, Megan answered in the affirmative and said they weren't exclusive. She called Kelsey Harris someone who was her best friend, and later added that she'd known her since her freshman year of college in 2013. Y'all give me another thumbs up just to make sure we good. Megan hired her as an assistant as her career soared. She just come with me everywhere, helped me. We were best friends. We did everything together. Has their relationship changed? Ty asked. Yes, Megan answered. She testified that she cut ties with Harris after Harris contacted Lanez after the shooting. Asked about the pool party at Jenner's, Megan said she went to Jenner's home in the early evening of July 12, 2020 and cooked in the kitchen as everyone was drinking outside. I brought the food out and we just continued to party, she said. She invited Lanez to come over, saying she didn't remember what time she contacted him, but it was really late. She decided she wanted to leave because I was wearing a wig and it started slipping and I was ready to go. But Lanez, she said, didn't want to leave. He had an attitude. Right, hold up. Yep, Meg was literally hanging out with any and everybody back then. She was lost. We agree. Okay, I see a whole bunch of thumbs up. Thank y'all so much. Continuing on, she said, I felt like he had an attitude because he wasn't ready to leave the party, she said. But they eventually left in an Escalade with Lanez's driver. And Megan said a fight erupted in the car when Lanez said something about Megan needing to stop lying to your friend, apparently about Lanez and Megan's intimacy. She also said Lanez has been basically just telling me that I wasn't shit. And she retorted by criticizing his music career, which she said really pissed him off. Okay, and so that was basically the end of that set. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the tweets from yesterday that Megan Kuniff posted on Twitter. Okay, Let me see. I'm just gonna read her tweets because she was saying a lot of good stuff. Okay. So I'm going to just start what she says. We are still all standing in the hallway outside Judge David Hereford's courtroom 30 minutes after the trial was supposed to start. No clue what's going on other than the unofficial Olympic sport of LA Superior Court that is wasting people's time. Okay, this lady was not here for the shenanigans, okay? The court takes a standard 90-minute break at noon, so we're only going to hear probably 45 minutes of testimony tops this morning. Then we go 1:30 to 4:30 with a 15-minute break. But the 1:30 start time is always more like 1:45-ish, okay? Trial is on the 90-minute break following a tense moment with Kelsey Harris on the stand. Harris lawyer, hold up, let me do this right quick. Okay. So we good, y'all? All right. So let me continue on. All right. This is the night. Trial is on the 90-minute break following a tense moment with Kelsey Harris on the stand. Harris' lawyer told Judge Hereford this morning that Harris planned to invoke her Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination, but prosecutors granted her immunity, so she's testifying. But Kelsey really struggled when Deputy DA Kathy Ty asked her about Tory threatening to shoot her while they were in the Escalade before Megan exited and was shot. She did not want to answer. Kelsey even asked Judge Hereford, do I have to answer that? After Ty asked what Tory said. Yes, the judge told her. Ty asked, what did he do and what did he say? And Kelsey answered, can I take my fifth? The judge allowed Kelsey to consult with her attorney, Daniel Nardoni, privately. They returned to the witness stand moments later, but Kelsey again didn't want to answer when Ty asked about Tory threatening to shoot her. The criminal implications Kelsey is facing here are non-existent. The prosecutor said this morning they are not going to charge her with the crime, and the question wasn't one that generally would draw incriminating statements by her, but she really did not want to answer. Back on the witness stand, Kelsey told DA Kathy Ty, again, I want to answer my Fifth Amendment. She was told she had to answer, but as she stayed silent, Ty asked her, Kelsey, why don't you want to answer that question? It's just, I don't know, Kelsey answered. Ty asked about Kelsey having to testify in front of Tory and whether that bothered her and about her not wanting to be here. She said, I don't know. It don't bother me, Kelsey said of Tory's presence. I don't want to be here. Then Judge Hereford called the 90-minute break. I imagine we'll hear more about this when Kelsey's testimony resumes at 1:30. Wishful, fantastical thinking around here. It'll be more like 1:45. But if Tory hadn't said anything about shooting her, I think her reaction to that question would have been a lot different. DA Kathy Ty had a record of a previous interview with Kelsey in which she talked about Tory threatening to shoot her, and she asked if she could use it to try to refresh Kelsey's memory on the witness stand. But Kelsey's answer didn't legally allow for it. For typical recollection refreshments, the witness indicates to the lawyer that yes, if you show me that, my memory could be refreshed. But Kelsey didn't say anything like that to Ty. She just clearly doesn't want to talk about it. I think we'll hear more about what happened at Kylie Jenner's house when Lane's lawyer cross-examines Kelsey. But Kelsey did clarify for the courtroom that what was happening at Kylie's house that night was not a party. It was just a few people hanging out. Girl, that's a party. Shut up. Kelsey steadfastly reminded Ty of that throughout the exam, so Ty would call it a gathering instead of a party, as if that makes any difference, arguing fucking semantics. Kelsey also recounted some of what happened at Kylie's house just before she left with Megan and Tory, and Megan was shot. I'm sorry, can I cuss? Kelsey asked Ty. Ty says yes. She like, bitch, we gotta get the fuck out, Kelsey testified, quoting Megan. Regarding Kelsey invoking the Fifth, then being granted immunity, judges don't allow fifth pleas, no questions asked. Judge Hereford had to have discussed it this morning, but the way things work around LA Superior Court, any member of the public hoping to see that is out of luck. I'm back on the 15th floor, lined up to get into Judge Hereford courtroom for more testimony from Kelsey and Tory Lanez criminal trial over the 2020 shooting of Meg Thee Stallion. Tory's lawyer admits Megan was shot, but says Kelsey was the one who shot her, not Tory. So this whole argument about her not being shot, I don't want to hear that anymore because Tory Lanez's lawyer just told y'all the lady got shot. Okay? We are on a break. after slow testimony from Kelsey that could be described as combative if she wasn't also so stoic. She says she told prosecutors things in her September interview with them that weren't true, but she also testified that she is not the one who shot Megan. Tory is conferencing with his lawyers on a bench across from me in the hallway. His happy-go-lucky 5-year-old son cutely pranced over to him and got in his lap during the discussion, and Tory is now holding him in a bear hug-like position as he talks with attorneys. Kelsey's testimony is going to take some time to really explain in an article because her denials were also mixed with admissions that corroborated key details Deputy DA Kathy Ta was trying to get in, such as Tory offering her $1 million. Okay, y'all following me? Judge Hereford ended trial early as DA Kathy Ta pressed Kelsey about the aftermath of the shooting. Tory's apologetic phone call, her meeting with him, it wasn't going anywhere. Kelsey will be back for a continued dialect exam at 10:30, which in LA Superior Court means 11-ish. Tory Lanez exited the courtroom about 4:15 holding his son. I was expecting them to walk the other way, but they walked right at me because I was in the middle of the stairs, so I moved to the side and tried to avoid the mob. Okay, hold up, y'all. Y'all see him, huh? Y'all see him? This little munchkin holding that big ass kid. That little boy almost bigger than him. Oh, sorry. Hold up. Let me get out of that. Okay, we saw it. We saw him exiting the courtroom. Okay, continuing on. Tory shook hands with his lawyer before leaving. I'll be back at court tomorrow for the remainder of Kelsey's testimony and look for a full law crime news article on what happened today. Okay. One thing I really want to know more about is why Judge Hereford allowed Kelsey to plead the fifth. Judges have to determine if a person is actually facing possible criminal consequences. Perjury doesn't count. The immunity the DA's granted Kelsey doesn't cover that. Deputy DA Kathy Ta underscored the lack of real criminal consequences for Kelsey over the shooting by incorporating it into her questioning, pressing Kelsey about who she was trying to protect and why she was worried about incriminating herself. In addition to pushing a witness who didn't seem to have much to offer, Ta was showing why a lot of judges wouldn't have allowed Kelsey to plead the fifth. The prosecutors obviously have zero interest in any sort of criminal charges against her. An OC Superior Court judge held a multi-day hearing to determine if Michael, hold up. Judge needs to explore whether his testimony could subject him to more criminal, I think that's that guy, the police officer. I forgot, but whatever. There very well could have been a legit legal reason for Kelsey's fifth plea that was discussed with Judge Hereford in the morning. But given Ty's questions that implied Kelsey has no reason to fear incriminating herself, I'm very curious what that reason could be. Kelsey's fifth plea didn't affect her testimony because the DA gave her immunity to testify, but it all struck me as unnecessary. And given the trash coverage of this trial, any talk of pleading the fifth and getting immunity is going to cause shitstorm of malicious speculation. This lady is so spot on, y'all. Regarding what Kelsey said about the alleged $1 million bribe from Tory, it's a bit nuanced. To ask her, Ty asked her, this is the part y'all really need to hear. Kelsey, at some point in this case, did Tory try to bribe you? Kelsey said, then paused for 20 seconds or so. Not just me, she said. Ty followed by asking Kelsey who else Lanez tried to bribe. That's when Kelsey said, I wouldn't say bribe. Kelsey said, Tory, it wasn't about not saying anything. No, but then she added, but it was mentioned. So it's almost like, and this is what I'm thinking. I am thinking that Tory Lanez offered to pay for her lawyer's fees and probably give her a little bit of money to stay quiet, but it was all under the guise of paying for the lawyer's fees because eventually she's asked if Tory paid her lawyer's fees and she doesn't remember, but we'll get to that. Hold up, y'all. Ty followed by asking Kelsey who else Lanez tried to bribe. That's when Kelsey says, I wouldn't say bribe. Kelsey said it wasn't about not asking anything, no, but then she asked, but it was mentioned. Pressed by Ty for details about what Tory said, Kelsey testified he mentioned $1 million. I guess it was just about the case, Kelsey testified. He offered you $1 million to keep quiet about the shooting? Kelsey said that's not the exact wording. But that's what I'm saying. They playing semantics. After artist Mona Schaefer Edwards was in the courtroom for Kelsey's testimony today, follow her on Instagram. Okay, she the one who was drawing shit. Okay, got you. Parting shot of Tory Lanez as an upcoming article we explain. Kelsey testified. Okay. Kelsey repeatedly testified today that she said stuff in the September interview that wasn't true, which led to a long attempt by Deputy DA Kathy Todd to try to establish that the fundamentals of what Kelsey said then, which the jury heard, but it's not evidence, was true. Todd's effort continues tomorrow. I'll have a full article. Okay. So, Megan Thee Stallion's former friend and assistant, Kelsey Harris, testified Wednesday that she never saw Tory Lanez shooting a gun the night Megan was shot in her feet. She told a prosecutor trying to convict Lanez of assault that she made statements that weren't accurate in a recorded September interview played for the jury. There were some things I wasn't truthful about, Harris said, before Los Angeles Deputy District Attorney Kathy Todd played a clip from Harris' interview in which she sounds much more relaxed and candid as she spoke about Lanez's alleged actions the night of the July 12th shooting. On the witness stand, Harris appeared more animated when testifying about Megan, saying, "I'm neutral, I moved on with my life," but that Megan spread false rumors that I took hush money. Asked later what her falling out with Megan was about, Harris replied, that's a great question. I don't know. Taz asked it was because she believed that in Megan's public statement about the shooting, she didn't protect you enough. Yes, she said. She was much more subdued when answering questions about Lanez, telling Ty about the night of the shooting. It was a blur, and we were under the influence. In reluctant, sparsely worded testimony, Harris sporadically invoked her Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination and described her presence in court as triggering for her. At around 4:30 a.m. on July 12th, Megan Lanez and Harris were leaving reality star Kylie Jenner's home. Harris testified that Lanez had implied Megan was hiding something from Harris during the argument that prompted Megan to exit the Escalade. Megan testified Tuesday that she exited the vehicle amid a heated argument, then heard Lanez say, "Dance, bitch," then saw him standing through a window firing a gun. Police found spent shell casings at the scene, and a surgeon removed bullet fragments from one of Megan's feet, both of which were wounded. Harris texted Megan's manager moments after the gunfire was reported. "Help, Tory shot Meg, 911," in 3 messages. But Harris on Wednesday, she was only assuming so when she texted that. But Harris said on Wednesday she was only assuming so when she texted that. She never identified Lanez as the gunman on the witness stand, and she rebuffed Ty's attempts to press her into doing so. "I didn't see him, and I told you that. I didn't see him do that," she told Ty on Wednesday. "I didn't see him do that." Her testimony didn't change after Ty played recordings of her contrary September interview, including one in which she said she answered Lanez's threat by saying, "All right, if you shoot me, you shoot me. I guess it's my time to go." After a discussion among the attorneys outside the jury's earshot, Los Angeles County Superior Court Judge David Hereford reminded the juries that the recordings of Harris' September interview with prosecutors was not evidence and was instead being used to try to refresh Harris' memory of what she said then. I don't know what is going on with the judge and all of this, but to me it sounds like whatever Kelsey said in September was the truth. Harris guarded answers to Ty, offered a first-hand account of a close friendship between 2 women that ripped apart after shooting, Lanez's arrest and subsequent felony indictment, and the fierce debate within the hip-hop industry about what happened and who was to blame. She and Megan both had been intimate with Lanez, and Megan's initial story to the Los Angeles police officers who pulled them over at gunpoint was that she'd merely stepped on glass. She came forward about the shooting 4 days later, but her claims about broken glass continue to fuel speculation and often vitriolic criticism. Lanez's lawyer, George Magnuson, however, isn't disputing that Megan was shot. And he said it because he's not insane. And in his open statement on Monday that police and prosecutors wrongly rushed to charge Lanez while ignoring Harris, he's expected to cross-examine Harris tomorrow after Ty finishes her direct examination. Before the jury entered the courtroom about 11 a.m. on Wednesday, Judge Hereford announced he would be allowing Harris to invoke her Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination. Doing so requires him to determine that her possible answers could in fact incriminate her, but no public record exists of Hereford's reasoning regarding Harris. Ty and Deputy District Attorney Alexander Bott granted Harris immunity in exchange for her testimony, with Ty saying they had no criminal investigation involving Harris. Citing the witness immunity, the prosecutor pressed Harris about her reticence of the witness stand. At one point, Ty needled Harris about whom she was trying to protect when she supposedly lied during the September interview and said she saw Lanez firing the gun. Prosecutors' agreement to give Harris immunity meant she couldn't plead the Fifth, but she asked to do so when Ty asked if Lanez had threatened to shoot her. "Do I have to answer that?" Harris asked. "Yes," Ty answered. Harris did so by saying, "Yes, ma'am," affirming that Lanez threatened to shoot her. Okay? So let me go back. It says, supposedly lied during the September interview. Prosecutor's agreement to give Harris immunity meant she couldn't plead the Fifth, but she asked to do so when Ty asked if Lanez threatened to shoot her. "Do I have to answer that?" Harris answered yes. Harris did so by saying, "Yes, ma'am." So he did threaten to shoot Kelsey. So I'm trying to understand, how do both of their testimonies make sense if Kelsey is saying she didn't shoot Megan, and that Tory threatened to shoot her? Like, how does it not make sense that he shot Megan? Like, what? It makes no sense. Anyway, asked what Lanez did, Harris asked, "Can I take my Fifth?" Ty told her she'd have to speak with her lawyer. Daniel Nardoni of Pasadena, California, was in court with her, and she conferenced with him for a few moments before Ty asked again. Ty again asked Harris what Lanez told her. "Again, I was to answer my Fifth Amendment," Harris said. "You have to answer that question," Ty said. The continued exchange captured the essence of approximately 2.5 hours of testimony stretched over a 90-minute and 15-minute break, with Ty becoming increasingly combative with Harris as she tried to avoid answering questions and denied things she'd once said were true. Ooh, Lord, girl, this is a bad episode of SVU. Ty asked Kelsey, "Why don't you want to answer that question?" And she said, "It's just, I don't know." She added, "I don't want to be here." But said of what Lanez told her in the car, "I don't know. It don't matter to me. I don't want to be here." Ty also asked Harris about Lanez offering her $1 million not to testify against him, saying, "Kelsey, at some point in this case, did Tory try to bribe you?" Harris said before a pregnant, roughly 20-second pause. "Not just me," she said. Ty followed by asking Harris who else Lanez tried to bribe. That's when Harris said, "I wouldn't say bribe." She said Lanez said it wasn't about not saying anything. No. But then she added, "But it was mentioned." She also said he mentioned $1 million. I guess it was just about the case. Ty asked, "He offered you $1 million to keep quiet about the shooting?" "That's not the exact wording," Harris answered. "He mentioned the million, but again, it's a blur." Ty asked Harris if she's previously said Lanez offered her favors for not talking, and she answered, "Again, I said a few things in our interview." Ty began her exam by asking Harris how she was feeling about being in court. "I don't care to be here today. I mean, it's a trigger, situation," Harris testified. Asked what was triggering her. Harris answered, "Anxiety, postpartum, currently dealing with a death. I just don't want to be here. I mean, this has happened in the face of 1 million people," she continued. She cited lies from Megan and said she felt betrayed. Ty asked early on about the claim at the core of Lanez's defense that it was Harris who fired the bullets that left fragments in Megan's feet, with one operated on by a surgeon. Harris said she heard the accusations that it wasn't Lanez, but her who shot Megan, and I mean, it's ridiculous. Is it, bitch? Is it ridiculous? Because you helping him create the case that it wasn't him. So if it wasn't him, it had to be you. Is that lost upon you? Is she confused about that? She identified Lanez seated at the defense table by saying he has an all-black turtleneck suit. She said she first met him at a Rock Nation music brunch earlier in 2020, and later me and Tory kind of had some communication. We had a few nights, where we were engaged. Harris said. Ty asked her what she meant by engaged. More than a friendship. You can't say you had sex with him? Ty questioned her about her relationship with Lanez changing after she went to Texas, confirming with Harris they were both from there, and Harris answering, I don't know where she's from. Baxter County, I'm from Victoria, Texas. She caught COVID while back in Houston, and as she was gone, Megan's relationship with Tory developed. Did they get closer, Ty asked. Yes, ma'am, Harris answered. Harris had her own place in Houston funded by myself, but Megan told her she was buying a new home and she could get rid of her stuff because she was buying everything new. She returned to Los Angeles to stay with Megan, or Meg as she called her. Then went to reality star Kylie Jenner's home for what she repeatedly told Ty was not a party. I don't know why that's a big deal. I also want to be very clear, it wasn't a party. Just a few people hanging out, Harris said. She reminded Ty of this several times as Ty tried to remember to call it a gathering. She said Megan wanted to make nachos for everyone. While 3 or 4 people were outside enjoying themselves, we were all playing beer pong, just kind of having a great time. Harris said Megan walked outside and said, y'all having fun without me? And the other said told her to join them. I don't know what happened with the food. I guess everyone forgot about it, Harris said. The group continued doing what everybody would do, enjoying themselves, which means drugs, swimming in the pool. Harris said she went and passed out at some point because I'd had a lot of alcohol, and when she woke up, Megan was drunk and seemed a little off. Doing this laughing just obnoxiously, Harris said. Harris said Megan's demeanor was off. She doesn't want to be here. What was Tory doing? Ty asked. Just being Tory, flirting, Harris answered. Harris said she told Megan, your appearance isn't together. Let's go. Megan wanted Lanez to leave with her and was still laughing her obnoxious laugh, Harris said. When she went outside where Lanez was and established by prosecutors, and in Megan's testimony, Lanez was in a pool with Jenner. Apparently a fight or argument happened, Harris testified. I wasn't there, so I don't know. Megan soon returned inside, and Harris asking Ty, I'm sorry, can I cuss? And recounting that Megan said after Ty affirmed that profanity in court is fine, she's like, bitch, we got to get the fuck out, Harris said, quoting Megan. The 3 leave in an Escalade driven by Lanez's driver, Jaquan Smith, and Megan she's just rambling. About what? Ty asked. So many things, Harris answered. Harris said there was so much stuff and back and forth name calling between me, Megan, Tory. They were both going back and forth about artistry, I guess she said. We're all just taking jabs at each other. She appeared reluctant to implicate Lanez on anything, including whether he called Megan bitches and hoes, with Ty reminding her she said during her September interview that he had said. Again, we were all calling each other names, so yes, ma'am. Ty said a few times, Harris, when you talked to us in September, it wasn't a blur, Ty said. Harris answered no when asked if she shot Megan, but when asked if who did, she said again, I was getting out the car and did not see what happened. That don't even make sense. She also struggled to explain a recorded phone call Lanez made to her from jail hours after the shooting, saying that night, I don't remember, an apology. So you can't recall a recorded phone call? Girl, I guess it was a blur. Harris is to continue testifying Thursday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. So probably in the next 30 minutes, court will resume. And that is where it ended. Okay, so that was the first, 2-3 days of testimony for the most part, you guys. They did ask Kelsey, who paid for her lawyer, and she said, I don't recall. That's what I saw on Instagram. Let me see. Let me go back to make sure. Okay. I'm following you on Twitter, girl. Here's a thread. Okay, so that was that was yesterday, and then Tuesday's testimony, I think. But yeah, y'all, that's basically everything I had on the case. Let me go to Instagram right quick before I leave y'all, because there was some things there as well. Let me see. Child. It's a wig. Demetrius Lucas is so funny. Talking about Tory Lanez has a wig. It is a wig, child. We know. Let me see. What are y'all saying? Read some of y'all comments. Let's see. To me, that says Tory did, and I don't want to be honest, because then I would have to be honest about taking the hush money. That's what I think. Right. How the fuck you don't know who paid for your lawyer? I hope the money is worth it. Can they snatch the immunity back since she's not cooperating? I feel like they can, if that's what was in the deal. Will the driver be put on the stand? He probably will. Okay, here we go. In the last hour of court, the prosecutor asked Kelsey Nicole, did Tory offer to pay for your lawyer? She responded, yes. She was then asked, did Tory pay for your lawyer? She responded, I don't know. I can't remember. So he did offer. You can admit he offered you to pay for it. Girl, let me go to No Jumper on Twitter. Hold up, y'all, before I leave, just so I can make sure I follow them and I have their stuff in my thing too. Hold up, girl. Wow. Okay, get it off. Get it out of here, okay? Get it out of here. Y'all, this case is crazy. This case is crazy, y'all. Like, he obviously did it. Okay? He obviously did it. And to see this girl get up there and just lie like this, it is crazy. Crazy. Okay? Let's see. Highlights from Kelsey taking the stand. Kelsey says she met with Tory after she met with Tory at a hotel after the shooting, and he apologized. When asked why did Tory apologize if he didn't shoot Megan, Kelsey said, I never asked why he apologized. Girl, make it make sense. After Kelsey denied seeing Megan bleeding or knowing she was injured, Kelsey was asked by prosecutors, there was a lot of blood in the SUV. Who bleeding so profusely? Kelsey responded, I don't know. That night was a blur. I don't recall. This bitch thinks she gonna be able to, I don't remember, and fizziff this whole thing. Prosecutors tried to introduce Kelsey's egg post into evidence. Tory's defense attorney objected and stated that the Instagram post would never approve nor censor them. The judge sent everyone home so the lawyers could work things out. Trial will resume tomorrow. So that was the end. So, you know, you got to be hopping around to get all the info, child. But this is just a mess. This whole situation is a mess. Like, Kelsey's lying. Tory's lying. You shot that lady. This is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? This is ridiculous. Kelsey said Megan told Tory he was only hot because he hopped on the remix of Jack Harlow's song. True. It's true. Everything I said in September wasn't, no, I heard shot. Kelsey said she didn't see the shooting. She heard the shooting. So did somebody magically appear out of nowhere, shoot Meg, and then run off into the night, never to be seen or heard from again? Is that what we are to believe, Kelsey? Oh my God. When Megan got out the car, did you see gunshots? No, I heard gunshots. What did you see? I don't remember. Prosecutors asked Kelsey if she remembered telling them what she saw. Tory shoot Megan when they met up in her with her in September. Kelsey responded, I said a lot of things that wasn't true to protect myself. Protect yourself from what? She responds, incriminating myself. Girl, what are you talking? Girl. I want her to go to jail. After Kelsey told prosecutors under oath she lied when she told them Tory shot Meg and she wasn't 100% truthful. Cause to me, I feel like she's not the victim. This whole idea of y'all throwing out protect black women and believe black women to, you know, to protect and believe Kelsey in a situation where she is not the fucking victim. Y'all sound crazy and stupid. I also want to say that for when this goes out to the public, okay? For the people I had to block on Twitter, is because y'all sound fucking crazy. Y'all sound stupid. Y'all sound dumb. I don't care if you don't like being called names. You want to play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. Okay? Prosecutors reminded Kelsey she received immunity, but she can still be prosecuted for perjury if she lies under oath. And to me, I feel like it's a lot of lying going on. Prosecutors asked Kelsey, if you didn't see Tory shoot Megan, then why did, she said, I don't know, I was panicked. I read that one to y'all. Girl, So what I am seeing in the tweets is that a lot of y'all believe that because Megan had sex with child, it's so funny when a guy is this a woman? This is a woman? This is a woman's Instagram. Okay. So she says that playing victim in situation you created. So basically, y'all feel like because Megan snaked Kelsey and slept with Tory, that means that it's okay for her to get shot? So you mean to tell me all of y'all degenerate, ignorant, whole ass people out in this world, because I'm looking at the people who saying this shit, and can't none of y'all tell me that y'all handle yourselves at the highest level all the time. You can't tell me that. So y'all mean to tell me that y'all really believe that because Megan snaked Kelsey, she deserved to get shot? Like, what? And let's not even talk about the things that Kelsey said that are direct in alignment with shit that Meg said. Everything that actually pertains to the case that like would help create clarity on Tory shooting Meg, she can't remember. But you can remember shit that's irrelevant, like the Jack Harlow comment. But you can't remember who was shot. Girl, what? The same people yelling hot girl summer, and city girl this and that are the same people that are really getting their ignorant asses online and saying that this girl, it's okay that she got shot because she shouldn't have snaked her. Girl, what? Like, how do y'all not understand the problem is that Meg got shot? Like that's what because they're like Meg is the whole problem in this situation. Definitely, this all on her. She should have never fucked that man behind your friend back. Girl, what is wrong with y'all? Something is really wrong with y'all where y'all think that sleeping around means somebody should be killed. It's incredibly insane to me. I don't understand it. Y'all are crazy. And y'all say shit that if y'all were in that situation, y'all would feel exactly how Meg feels. It's crazy to me. If you got shot because you cheated on somebody, do you really feel like you cheating is like the same as them shooting you? I am so lost at this world and what's wrong with these people. I cannot. Also, funny that Meg is the worst person in the world for sleeping with Tory, but Tory isn't for sleeping with two best friends and shooting one of them and blaming the other. He's cool though. At the end of the day, she didn't deserve to get shot. Period. Point blank. The end. He should have gaslit both friends and tried to play them. That's how I feel. He shouldn't have. That's what you meant. Meg lawyer said Kelsey has been compromised. Apparently, as if that justifies the crime. Like, she took the money definitely because once this over, she knew she wouldn't have a leg to stand since she went against Meg from the beginning. Oh, Lord. This is why I don't care about anything that happened before them in the car. The focus should be on the moment they were in the car headed home. To me, give a fuck about Kylie Jenner house and all of this bullshit. She all memory for Meg, but none for Tory. Hilarious to me. The black community makes no sense to me. And that's why I'm going to keep saying, like, I'm proud of being a black person, but I'm not caping, and I don't need to be a part of whatever the fuck this is. I'm sorry. You can take me out of it. I don't want to be a part of this ignorant ass cognitive dissonance that the black community seems to have as it pertains to violence against black women. It's okay for y'all to cry and ask for Sweetie to take her fucking album down because of her ex nigga's family member getting killed, which is a stretch. That's cool. Y'all want people to do all of that. But Meg getting shot by somebody with all of this fucking evidence, and this is how y'all act, she deserved it because she slept with Tory behind Kelsey's back? Girl, fuck Kelsey. What are y'all talking about? Fuck Kelsey. Kelsey was to me, you look old in the face, bitch. I'm questioning your age. Because to me, it seems like you was always hanging on that girl's coattails, manipulating her so you could get what you wanted to get out the situation. I don't give a fuck who's fucking who first. I don't care. That's irrelevant. People can fuck whoever they want to fuck. All of y'all are single. If Meg wanted to fuck Tory, if Tory wanted to fuck both of them, none of that means somebody should get shot. None of that means somebody should get shot. I do not understand. I do not understand. It's like comparing apples to oranges. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I know what you meant, love. Backwards Blackistan logic. Girl, you ain't never lie. Oh my God. I'm trying to understand how two best friends in a long-term relationship for a temporary piece of dick. Tory wasn't Kelsey, man. Heck, she said he was flirting with Kylie, so their situation wasn't deep. It wasn't. And this is what makes me feel like, bitch, you was always jealous of Meg. You was looking for an opportunity. I don't care what my friend did behind my back. I'm not holding information on who shot her. That's me. That's me. That's how I feel about it. Selective outrage. Girl, I cannot, and I won't. It's because of Meg that Kelsey ever had access to these people. So who knew who first? But that's still not important. They're going to say Meg shot herself next. Well, that's scientifically impossible based on the area that she was shot in. And do you know they said that when I first covered this story, that I said, so what's the option, that she shot herself? Because I was trying to understand, since everybody's so fucking smart, give me the alternative. Because there's only two options in this situation. Either Tory shot Meg or Kelsey shot Meg. And we know Kelsey didn't shoot Meg. Tory said that Kelsey didn't shoot Meg. She been riding for an opportunity. I'm the friend. I may be mad at you, but I'll have your back no matter what. I wouldn't fuck with. Listen, if bitch, when it comes to certain things, we could never be friends again. But if somebody shot you, I'm definitely gonna say, yeah, nah, that nigga shot her. He shot her. She rode the wrong opportunity. Like, it's crazy to me that they really out here saying shit like this. Like, I just can't. I just can't. Like, the realization that y'all think Meg deserved to get shot because she slept with Tory behind Kelsey's back. Girl, what are y'all? That's all those male identified bitches that want to be victims all the time when it comes to them getting cheated on, and they always want to blame the woman, but they never want to look at the man. That's that. Okay, I already know what that is. And as it pertains to you men out there, all of you, Joe Buttons and the rest of you niggas online, academics that are going to get on social media platforms with your hundreds of thousands and millions of fucking followers and promote this whole, bullshit story that, oh, see, told y'all it was a lie. Tory didn't do it. Tory did do it. What the fuck are y'all talking about? Whether Megan fucked Tory or not, I have been saying that is irrelevant. And the fact that you focus on that makes me feel like y'all are gaslighting the fuck out of us. Y'all know Tory shot Meg, which is the reason why y'all fucking with him so much. Because y'all want a man to be able to get away with shooting a black woman who is free in her sexuality and promotes that. Because y'all don't want women to be like Meg, strong, independent, in charge of their sexuality and wiping their pussies on you niggas' foreheads. Y'all don't want that. Y'all want all of these women to be stupid, dumb, and just ignorant of the truth of the situation, which is that you don't mean them any good. Not for real, but you want them to sacrifice themselves for you. And you men, all of y'all are protecting each other. Y'all are dog ass niggas and predators protecting each other. Young Jock, like I said, Joe Button, name some more academics. You can run the list off of all of the dusty ass niggas that they themselves have been accused of abusing women and always want somebody to believe that no, she's lying, it didn't happen, which is why y'all want to jump on all of y'all platforms to support Tory Lanez. Because when somebody comes out and said the shit that you did, you want niggas to rally behind you and call the woman a liar and shame her and put her through even more trauma after you've already caused trauma your damn self. Now you want your minions and your niggas to come and join together and beat her down even more, even though she's the victim in the situation. It is insane. It is insane. I don't know why we live here. I swear. Oh my God. I don't understand how she can have allegiance to someone that threatened to shoot her. It's about the money with her broke ass. These the same hoes who blame Shanquilla because she didn't know her friends wasn't shit. Girl. Always blaming the victim. If Meg's lawyers are worth the money they about to dig in Kelsey's shit and charge her. See, this is the thing. And this is what I need. Meg's lawyers, they're not Meg's lawyers. They're the prosecution. They're the district attorney. They work for the state. The state is prosecuting Tory Lanez, not Megan Thee Stallion. So Megan Thee Stallion doesn't even have lawyers. But the district attorney, the state, is advocating for who? The victim. Prosecution advocating, the state is representing and advocating for the victim, the person harmed in the situation. Child, Jock is always saying some dumb shit, but he's in the allegiance. He's in the allegiance of dumbass dudes. Okay, hold up, y'all. Let me, girl. Let's go back to a preview mode. Okay, I don't need y'all seeing all the changes before I make them. Okay, publish. Okay. Let me move this. Okay, it says, this feels like some Twilight Zone-ish. Tory shot Meg, and all three of them know it. She turned her back on her friend of several years because why? Because they slept with the same dude? Like, it's crazy. Jock is one of the ones that keeps, drawing reference to Meg sleeping with Tory and all of that shit. Them zesty, questionable, want to be baddies so bad. Child, they need to pull up Tory Yelp reviews. He has done exactly all his previous behavior needs to be called into question, and subsequent behavior. This is why I stopped following urban blogs 2 years ago around the time Meg got shot. It's ridiculous. Is that your new tat on your arm? Yeah, it is. It's not finished yet. We still have to color this part. Let's see what else. Let's be clear. Megan did not press charges against Daystar Peterson. Los Angeles County is charging Daystar Peterson. Okay. Listen, unfortunately, it seems the black community is more about black men over anyone else. And we know this. But this is just so sad when this type of evidence comes out and y'all still do this bullshit, this gaslighting of ignoring the facts of a situation because you want so badly for your narrative to be projected on everything, regardless of if it's the truth or not. That's ridiculous. Crazy thing is, she could have been living the life with her baby and her best friend out in LA, but she want to take hush money from a vicious leprechaun. Stupid. They need to go after Kelsey because to me, she is impeding justice. Lying on the stand, staying quiet about what happened. Like, they need to prosecute her. I don't know how, but them lawyers need to figure out a way. Conspiracy charges, tampering with evidence, all that shit. Black women really need to openly identify unsafe men. Thank you, Amethyst Simone, because you know how I'm always talking about I don't like unsafe niggas now. Do not have children or have sex with them or deal with them at all. Public shame these bastards. That's all they understand. That's how I feel. Yet Jock done slept with half of Atlanta, and one elementary school is full of his kids trifling so, but have so much to say. He emptied the clip. How do you know if he shot her? The fuck? 5 bullets, y'all. 5. He shot 5 times at that girl. That argument that they was fighting over the gun, I don't believe that either. Do you know why? Who the fuck fights over a gun for 5 shots? One or 2 shot go off, you jumping back from the shit because you don't know where it's gonna go if you fighting over a gun. That don't even make sense. Tory shot that girl, and Kelsey was in the fucking car, I think. Either in the car or standing next to him or close behind. But I feel like, It's given. You saw what happened. Stop fucking fronting. God, y'all. They shouldn't have given the Kelsey girl immunity. She is impeding the investigation. She is. Y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this, but I'm about to go because I can hear Olivia in the background barking for their God. Okay. Okay, barking for their God. Okay. I was reading y'all chat. I love this though. I think if I come back for reasonable doubt, I'm going to do it like this again. But I'm gonna put this together for you guys and give y'all a whole version, because this was me basically reading transcripts from Twitter and from articles about the case, from No Jumper and from Megan Kunick. I think that's her name. Let me make sure I have her name right again. Yeah, Megan Kuniff. So trials should be starting probably in the next 15 minutes or so in California. And so, I'll come back tomorrow. Or as, things develop, because y'all know we have the Ooh Ladies First panel tonight on my channel. So, as new things come, that we'll probably talk about it on the Ooh Ladies First panel. But y'all are catching it here first, my members, okay? I've been out the loop. Oh, no problem. I'm glad I made sense for y'all. We can't hear her. Let her bark. I know, but I can hear her. And her barking is like a baby crying to me. It's rather annoying to me. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to go and I'm going to piece it together. I'm also going to put together that pieced up version of Reasonable Doubt Part 1. But if I don't come back for Reasonable Doubt today, I'll probably come back tomorrow. Okay. I appreciate all my members. Thank y'all so much for coming through. And yes, I hope I made this all make sense for y'all until we get new information. I pray the jury really sees through the BS and are logical about this case, especially after Kelsey just played in our face. I hope so too. I hope so too, girl, because it's just ridiculous. But anyway, love y'all so much. Thank y'all for joining me. I will see y'all later.